Um, what do you think is the best plan for Ames Elementary Schools, which is kind of on everyone's mind right now?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's kind of like the single issue election, which is too bad because there's so many things that are involved in this election. But if you're going to ask me, and you are asking me, what my long-range plans for facilities would be, I'll have to tell you that I am a proponent of the 5 elementary schools.
And can you tell me just a little bit about why you think that's the best plan?
Yes. I feel that 5 elementary schools situated in our community that best serve our children's needs are going to be what the goal is that we have to aim for. The reason I don't choose 6 is because Dr. Taylor, Karen Schimpf have shared with me that if we open 6 schools, we are, and we can open 6 schools. That's not the issue. The issue is the overall year after year after year funding of that 6th building. And if we open that 6th building, we are going to be dipping into the general budget. And when we dip into that general budget, we are going to be robbing the children of the whole entire Ames community of funding for various programs. There are always going to be some programs that have to stay because they're mandated. But there's going to be those nice to have programs. And those are the things I consider what give our children that whole rounded education experience, such as orchestra, band, sports, debate team, those kind of things. They are going to be impacted. And I cannot see, as a community, we want to progress and move forward. I cannot understand how opening a 6th building, which would create demand on our general budget, and depriving our children of those things. To me, it seems like we're regressing to be progressive. And I can't vote for that.
Is Roosevelt the sticking point in your support or opposition to that plan, or what role does that building play?
Roosevelt, I gotta tell you, I lived on Northwestern, so I lived close to Roosevelt. I lived between Roosevelt and Fellows, actually. And I have a soft spot in my heart for Roosevelt. So it's not Roosevelt, but it is opening up that 6th building at that Roosevelt site. I feel that Roosevelt is centered by 2 good schools that are currently open, and to put our money into reopening a school there, like I said, and depriving our general fund, which Dr. Taylor and Karen Schimpf and Dr. Ross have pointed out to us time and time again. This is the very same statistics that they gave to the current board. It's based off of a model of a 2-unit school. And according to Dr. Taylor's statistics, and I do have the paperwork here with me, it's going to cost $411,000 per year to run that school. And and even if it isn't that $411,000, it's going to be expensive because we're going to have a teacher, or we're going to have principals. We're going to have to staff media centers. We're going to have to staff a building that we don't currently have to staff. And I feel that our expansion needs to be in areas of town that need it, which is out in West Ames, out there in Hillside area. There's a lot of children out there, and that's where I'd like to see our efforts move out to there. Bill Wooden and Dan Wooden and Bill Talbot had an excellent plan that they had put there, and I think I went on to your online, your comment section, said I support that 100%, and so I'd encourage people to look at that. I know that you have that online, and look at that, and that is a plan that I do support.
So what about the high school's future? I know that's
So we
kind
gotta
of
look
the
at
next step.
something we have to look at. We have to continuously be looking ahead, and at the time where we decide to get there and look at that building, there are going to be needs for that building, and and that's something that we're going to have to address as a board. We have to be looking ahead continuously.
So why should people vote for you?
That's a good question, and I have the answer for that, and I just wish people could believe this when I tell them. I want people to vote for me because I truly have the best interest in all the children in this community. I wouldn't be here saying that if I didn't believe that. I think if they vote for me, a vote for me is a vote for the children in this community. for the betterment of this community, for the advancement of this community, and for the uniting of this community. That's why I hope people vote for Teresa Simpson for the Ames School Board on September 13th.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
You know, there's a lot of things I'd like to say. I have a lot of heart and a lot of desire to be on that Ames School Board. And I promise the community of Ames that if I am elected, I will listen and I will be an advocate. I'm a nurse. I have been a nurse in this community for 30 years, and I advocate continuously for others. And it does not mean that I will stop. I will continue to do that. And if I'm given the chance on the school board, I will advocate for the children of this community.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.